16-second clip. All right, let's go from the back of the boat. Mike. That is just, to Mike, it just looks a little bit too much reach still. I'm not sure why. I like the way I like the angle kind of Mitch has, though Mitch is kind of dropping his outside shoulder here. I like the angle PK has. Mike, it just looks like you're reaching a lot with your upper body. I just kind of wonder if you if you are able to get any more length on your slide, and kind of think about tilting getting your butt closer to your ankles. And as you get your butt closer to your ankles, you sit up just a little bit more. Kind of looks like PK has his ass a little bit closer to his ankles. So yeah, let's keep working on that. Let's see, any backsplash. So Mitch, that stroke at least was pretty rode in. Petro on the port side, it looks like we're getting some pretty good backsplash. Petros, this is the first piece and you were yanking your body open pretty good. You see right there, I mean, your body swing is almost all the way done versus Mitch, Clay, almost everybody else. You and JJ are opening that body pretty early. Let's look at Jeff. Jeff, here's one thing. When you come out of the finish, watch your hands. They come down, and then instead of staying down, your hands start to come up. They rise up. See that upward angle, that upward trajectory? You've come into the finish here, and instead of going down like this, you come to the finish and you're kind of coming out like that. So let's see if you do it on the next stroke. Okay, it looks like it was down to starboard on that because everybody's rowing it in here. Yeah, down to starboard, you can see on the starboard side backsplash. And also you can see ports have to get hands really high to get it in. So Jeff, let's just look at the finish. Okay, so come down pretty low and then a little bit, but it still seems like you could get maybe an inch lower right there and your blade would be a little bit higher off the water. And so, yeah, you're coming in. So I would look at, take a look at where Clay's blade is and Mitrowski's blade is, and they're at least able to get a few inches off. And I think that's why you're having trouble up here at the catch, because you're coming in, coming kind of out, and then you got to drop at the catch to get the blade height. So Petros, a thing I'm noticing here is you're actually kind of early at the catch. You can see yourself. I've noticed this on a few strokes. You're early at the catch, and then you're coming out of the finish kind of early. So you can see the blue on your blade already, whereas Jeff, you can only see the red. Clay, you can only see the red. Let's see if it's the same on this next stroke. Are you early coming into the catch? Yes. Interesting. Let's see on the next one. Are you early coming into the catch? Yes. You and Clay are, you're not as early on that one. Jeff, pretty late. See, are you early coming into the catch? Petros. Oh, let's go back to the beginning. No, not early on that one. So what I'm seeing here is sometimes you're early, sometimes you're on time. I don't see you being late at all. So there's a little bit of inconsistency there. Early on that one. Right? And this isn't because I don't want you to be slower getting down to the water. I want you taking more time here and on your way up to the catch. Because right now you're just bombing it into the catch. Right? You're just really rushing up to the catch. We got to get you slowing down a little bit, using your legs to slow yourself down into the catch. Because right now you're just doing this, right? And that's making it so you're really crashing into the catch, right? So we need you feeling the boat on the bottom of your feet as you come into the catch, and you're just slowing yourself, you know, just resisting coming into the catch a little bit, and just doing that kind of more in a more controlled way up into the catch. Right. So watch Mitch coming into the catch. It's very controlled. It's very stable coming into the catch versus seems like there's not a lot kind of holding you back. You just, whoa, right? And watch Clay, right? There's more control, or PK. All right. Petros, thanks for being a good sport. I know I'm picking on you a lot. Trying to get you better. All right, JJ. All right, not bad at the finish. A little bit dumpy. Try to sit up a little bit more. I want you to look at the difference in your chest and Mitch's chest. Your chest is kind of down. Mitch's chest is kind of up. Let's see. Coming into the catch. Not a bad position, but kind of like what you're talking about today. You are kind of lifting up in a similar way to what Petros is doing. So take a look between, you know, you and Mitch, or you and even PK or Mike, right? You're very vertical right here, whereas they still have pretty significant shoulders in front of hips. Right. So what that's doing is it's essentially shortening your drive. It's not making you as long through the drive. And you're a tall guy, so we want that length through the drive. Let's see. Hands should be raising up here. This little bit here, everybody, hands should be raising up as you're coming into the catch. I'm trying to see if anybody's doing it right. And it looks like all of our hands are kind of coming down, except for maybe John Matrowski does it pretty good here. All right, Clay, I noticed one thing today. You're still kind of leaning away from your rigger a little bit in 6 seat. I know the boat was kind of a little bit wobbly. Petros, notice this is another stroke, you're coming out early. And Petros, when you hold the body angle forward, that's going to make your stroke longer, and it's going to make you so you're able to hold it in with everybody else on your side. Right now, because you're opening your body so early at the catch, you're shortening your stroke. If everything's happening together, you're really shortening your stroke. And that's what's making the boat kind of bounce from side to side, is when we don't finish and catch together, the boat gets really bouncy and offset. This is going to pull right in the beginning here. This is going to pull the boat down to port side, and it's going to make it bouncy coming out of the finish. Another thing, handle heights. Okay, so let's look at where the blades are in relation to the water. All right. I'd say kind of where Clay and John are. John could even be a little bit lower in the hands, but where Clay and John are is kind of where we want the handles on the recovery. Petros, I'd say maybe even a little bit low on this one, and Jeff a little bit high in the hands, like we mentioned. Let's see, Mitch looking pretty good. Let's look at another video from later in practice. This is the last piece. This is a longer video. So Petros, I noticed you made a good change here. You're holding your body forward a little bit longer, and I would bet that your catches and finishes are a little bit more on. Maybe not your catches, but it looks like your finishes are a little more on. I could be wrong, but who is this cameraman? In general, it looked like you were a little bit better with the body. Okay. Okay. Handle heights, really sloppy. That's one thing we're going to work on tomorrow is handle heights. I mean, we'll be in sculling boats, but we're going to work on handle heights because it's a consistent problem throughout the entire team is where do we put our handles? Where do we pull into the finish? Where should the handles be on the recovery? All that little stuff is becoming pretty clear that that's something that we're not consistent at. John Mitrowski, I've always noticed your inside arm is really bent. Seems to work for you. I don't really have a problem with it. I'm just curious if it gets fatigued during racing because it's like that. But yeah, we can talk about it. JJ, I feel like positioning could be a little bit better. It's just in a really strong position. Your butt is, I mean, your shoulders right here are almost behind your butt. See that position, if you look at that, is definitely not as strong as that, right? You're already finished your body swing here. There's no pry of the body. You're just now pushing your legs. Your body pry seems to happen right at the catch, right there, and you're not even connected yet. You just opened your body to put the blade in the water, and then you got no acceleration. So like, think about acceleration. Look at Mitch. There's that really good swing there with the body against the legs. Catch, legs, and swing, right? Kind of PK has a pretty good stroke too. Catch and really that pry. Like that's where, from there, if you look at, PK's hands, they're kind of right over his ankles, and he's still got, a little bit of shoulder in front of the hip, and really from here to there, kind of, when I say hands hard over the knees, this is kind of where I'm talking about right here. This is the sweet spot, right when you're going through the work. And when I mean going through the work, when your hip is kind of lining up with the pin, that's where you make the money, right? So hands hard over the knees, right? Yeah, so Mike, I'm just seeing it just generally looks like a pretty short catch, and it might be a flexibility thing in your hips. But I'd like to see you a little longer at the catch. And also, kind of look at, Mike, as you take the catch right there, what's moving? Your shoulders are moving. Your seat's not moving. Your shoulders are moving. I'd like to see you taking the catch. So this is how low you are when you take the catch, right? I would like to see you take the catch in this position, but be this much further into the stern with your seat. So so if you were up at the catch in this position right here, so this, you're already 3/4 of the way, you're already a 3/4 slide. This would be a much stronger position right at the catch. So I'm not saying, but in order to do that, you have to be into the stern a little bit more with your butt. All right, so next time we're going to be working on handle heights and square timing. All right.